DILUC and his father Crepus had the same ambition, getting a vision and becoming a knight of Favonius. When DILUC was 10 years old, he got his vision and he took it as a recognition by the gods of his and his father's shared ambition. As per his father's wishes, DILUC trained rigorously to make himself worthy of the Ragnvindr name. Sure enough, he passed the Knights of Favonius trials, swore the oath of protection to Mondstadt, and entered their ranks. Before long, he received an early promotion, which saw him become the youngest ever cavalry captain, and he was only 14 years old. Even the carefree knight of Boreas Varka praised him, calling him the pride of the knights. But the words of praise he valued most of all were,
"Good, very good. That's my boy. I will always be proud of you."
There was once a dragon that plagued Mondstadt, Ursa, the drake. This monster once attacked DILUC and his father Crepus, who were traveling in a transport fleet. The dragon overpowered the little cavalry captain DILUC, and it was the strongest foe he has ever faced. To protect his son, Crepus used his dark flames chain's delusion to defeat the monster, but the evil power backfired at him and the dragon escaped. DILUC blames himself for being weak and not being able to do anything. To set the dying dad free from the unbearable agony, the son took his life. All this happened during DILUC's 18th birthday. The day Crepus died, Kaeya, who was consumed by guilt, knocked on DILUC's door. Kaeya revealed that he was an agent from Kaenria. He had anticipated DILUC's anger. The brothers drew their blades, this time pointing them at each other. Kaeya felt that this was his punishment for a lifetime of lies. During their battle, Kaeya's eye was wounded, but he doesn't blame DILUC. He also got his cryovision, which he sees as a stern reminder that he must live the rest of his life under the heavy burden of lies. Since that day, Kaeya and DILUC have gone their separate ways. With a heavy heart, DILUC returned to the Knight's headquarters, only to receive an unthinkable order from Inspector Erok: conceal the truth. He insisted that the incident must be portrayed as an unfortunate accident in order to maintain the reputation of the Knights of Favonius in the eyes of the public. Such was the sheer outrageousness of this request that DILUC did not think it was even worth trying to argue. He resigned from the Knights that day and left everything behind, including his vision. He swore to avenge his father's death and to find the source of that occult power which had caused his father's demise. After DILUC resigned and discarded his vision, he left Mondstadt and traveled all across the 7 nations of Tevat in search of the truth. He took his father's delusion as a replacement of his discarded vision, and he was using it despite knowing that it could also kill him. During that time, he received a few letters, one of which was from the Grand Master Varka, who was sorry for the tragedy that happened. He also informed DILUC that Jean was given the authority to punish Erok with all necessary severity. During DILUC's hunt for information, all clues pointed toward a Snezhnayan organization, the Fatui. He learned that they made counterfeit visions in secret, calling them delusions. DILUC knew he may never know the full truth, but that could never stop him from pursuing it. He set off on his hunt for the truth. Determination burned like fire in his heart. Unfathomable enigmas and unending battles could not sway him from his course. He pressed on relentlessly, scarred but undeterred. At some point, he caught the attention of the Harbingers because he was killing too many Fatuis, and he forced them to take action. DILUC encountered the Harbingers and had a near-death experience. Thankfully, he was saved by a third-party observer from the north. The observer claimed to have been watching DILUC for some time and approved of his methods. After his close encounter with death, DILUC took a long, hard look at his past and the anger he had harbored for so long. Acknowledging his shortcomings, he decided to join the vast underground intelligence network that the Observer was part of. Just like when he first joined the Knights of Favonius, DILUC committed himself fully to his work. His talents and skills saw him rise steadily through the ranks into the upper echelons of the network. 4 years after, DILUC had returned to Mondstadt and taken over as head of the Dawn Winery, and he took up his vision once more, which was secretly given to him by Kaeya. During DILUC's absence, Erok had been kicked away by the Knights of Favonius after being shown to be a traitor, while Grandmaster Varka had left on an expedition, leaving Jean to assume the role of acting Grand Master. And then a new figure started appearing during the night to protect Mondstadt from all threats. The bodies of monsters that had plagued the nation for an age now lay dead in the wilderness, and the most wanted thieves suddenly appeared bound and gagged, hanging from their feet in the statue plaza. And that's how a new Mondstadt legend has been born and is known as the Darknight Hero.